The NFL never sleeps. And if there's one GM who embodies that mindset, it's Howie Roseman. The guy just doesn't stop. 6 trades since the beginning of August, and now the buzz is heating up again. Could Howie be cooking up yet another blockbuster? Could the Eagles be targeting one of the best shutdown corners in the league? That's right. There's growing speculation that Philadelphia could be looking to make a move for Denzel Ward, the Pro Bowl cornerback from the Cleveland Browns. Now, let's be real. The Eagles' cornerback situation is a little shaky right now. Quinyon Mitchell looks like a stud, no doubt. But the other outside corner spot? That's still a question mark. Adoree Jackson struggled in Week 1. Jacorian Bennett is talented but unproven. And with the Eagles clearly in win-now mode, the idea of adding a proven veteran like Denzel Ward is extremely tempting. And here's where it gets interesting. On Tuesday, the Browns made a curious move. They restructured Ward's contract. Now, that kind of thing doesn't just happen for no reason. Restructuring deals is a common tactic to clear cap space. But when it's done for a player like Ward, people start asking questions. The Browns converted over $12 million of his base salary into a signing bonus, dropping his base salary to just over $1.2 million. That makes Ward much more affordable this season, not just for Cleveland, but for any potential trade partner. And if you know Howie Roseman, you know he pays attention to cap moves like this. Let's not forget, Andrew Berry, the Browns GM, used to work under Howie in Philly. These two have a relationship. They speak the same language when it comes to roster building and cap management. If there's a front office out there that could pull off a big-name trade with the Browns, it's the Eagles. There's another wrinkle here that Eagles fans haven't forgotten. Nick Sirianni is a big Denzel Ward fan. After Philly played Cleveland last year, Sirianni went out of his way to praise Ward. He even told a funny story in his post-game presser about his kid wanting a Ward jersey. That doesn't happen often. NFL head coaches don't usually show that kind of love to an opposing player unless they really mean it. And Sirianni does have ties to Ohio, just like Ward, who starred at Ohio State. There's clearly mutual respect there. Now, if we're talking about the player, Ward's resume speaks for itself. He was the 4th overall pick in the 2018 NFL Draft. Since then, he's been selected to the Pro Bowl 4 times. In 2018, 2021, 2023, and 2024. The guy is a baller. He ran a 4.32 40 at the Combine and has legit island coverage ability. 96 passes defended in 96 career games. 17 interceptions. He's not just fast, he's smart, physical, and technically sound. He plays with confidence, and he backs it up with production. Look at the numbers. 11 pass breakups as a rookie. Then 11 again. 18 in year 3. 10 in year 4. 15 and 11 the next 2 years. And last season, he led the NFL with 19 passes defended. That kind of consistency is rare in today's NFL, especially for a player who's been in the league for more than half a decade. And despite playing in Cleveland, a team that often flies under the national radar, Ward has quietly been one of the best at his position. Most fans around the league don't realize how good he really is. But Eagles fans? They're dialed in. They saw that contract restructure and immediately flooded the internet with speculation. Ward's Wikipedia page updated in minutes to say he was already on the Eagles. That's how fired up the fan base is. And can you blame them? After what they saw in Week 1 against Dallas, this defense could use another high-level cornerback. Let's talk about that. Week 1 wasn't pretty for Adoree Jackson. He was targeted 7 times, gave up 5 catches, and every single one went for a first down. 103 receiving yards allowed. That's over 20 yards per catch. He even drew a pass interference penalty in the red zone that led directly to a Dallas touchdown. His Pro Football Focus grade? Just over 32. His coverage grade? Even worse. And this isn't just about one bad game. It's about a pattern that's starting to form. The Eagles knew going into the season that outside corner was a potential weakness. Now it's starting to show. You could go with Jacorian Bennett for now, but let's be honest. He's young and raw. You can't go into a Super Bowl caliber season hoping that a late-round rookie is going to suddenly lock down top receivers. Especially not with the schedule the Eagles are facing. And that's the bigger picture here. Look at the quarterbacks and wide receivers on Philly's schedule this year. Week 3, Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua. Week 4, Devontae Adams. Week 5, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Then you've got Malik Nabers and Jalen Hyatt with the Giants. Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison with the Vikings. Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams with Detroit. George Pickens with the Bears. DJ Moore. Rome Odunze. CeeDee Lamb again. And oh yeah, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. This schedule is absolutely loaded with high-end quarterback-receiver duos. The Eagles can't afford to go into those matchups with shaky corner play. That's why this Denzel Ward conversation isn't just fantasy. It makes real football sense. Philly has the cap space to absorb his contract. They have the draft capital to get a deal done. And most importantly, they have the motivation. This isn't 2018, when the team was trying to hang on to a window with aging veterans. This Eagles squad is young, fast, and built to compete for years to come. They're one of the youngest defenses in the NFL. They're also one of the cheapest. If you're going to make a splash, this is the time to do it. And don't forget, Howie already made a push for Micah Parsons. He reportedly offered the Cowboys the biggest trade package out of all the teams who reached out. That's how aggressive this front office is. If they see a chance to upgrade, especially at a premium position like cornerback, they're going to take it. The question now becomes, what would it take to get Ward? A second-round pick? Maybe a third and a fourth? It's tough to say. Some believe the Browns would want a high pick and possibly even a player in return. But with Cleveland still navigating the mess of that Deshaun Watson contract and staring down the barrel of 20-plus pending free agents, it's not out of the question that they'd listen to offers, especially if the team starts slipping in the standings and sees Ward as a way to recoup future assets. And let's be clear, Denzel Ward is not just a good player. He's a game changer. He gives you flexibility, confidence, and a level of security on the outside that very few corners can. You want to play man coverage? He can do it. You want to trust him one-on-one against the league's best? He's done it. Jamar Chase? Shut down. He's one of the last true lockdown corners left in the league. A guy you can put on an island and say, go take that guy out of the game. That's rare. So with all that in mind, it's easy to see why this rumor is gaining traction. The Eagles are all in on winning now. They know they need help at corner. They have the resources, and they have the relationships to make it happen. If Ward becomes available, even if it's just a slim chance, you better believe Howie Roseman is going to make the call. And honestly, it would be the kind of move that could take this defense and this team from great to elite. If there's one thing we've learned from Howie Roseman's tenure in Philadelphia, it's that he doesn't wait around. He sees a window, and he doesn't just open it. He kicks the thing wide open. That's why a move for Denzel Ward feels like more than just fan fiction. It fits everything this front office believes in. Aggressiveness, value, team building from the trenches and the perimeter. You keep hearing Howie say it over the years, build the defensive line, then invest in elite cornerback play. That's how this team has been constructed, and that's why Ward fits like a glove. And you can see the ripple effect this could have on the rest of the secondary. If you plug Denzel Ward in as your starting outside corner opposite Quinyon Mitchell, suddenly you can slide Cooper DeJean wherever you want. Vic Fangio mentioned this week that ideally, he wants to keep Cooper inside. He's got great instincts and vision in the slot, but because of depth issues outside, he had to play out of position for a few snaps against Dallas. That's not how this defense was designed. Adding a player like Ward would allow everyone to settle into their natural roles. And that's when you start seeing a unit play at its full potential. And here's the part people forget. Adding a superstar corner doesn't just improve your pass defense. It elevates the entire structure. It helps your pass rush because the quarterback has to hold the ball longer. It allows you to disguise coverages, send more pressure, and tighten your red zone defense. Everything gets cleaner when your corners can lock down the perimeter without constant safety help. Ward isn't just a piece. He's an anchor. Let's go back to week 1. CeeDee Lamb had 7 catches for 110 yards, and he could have had a lot more. He dropped 4 balls that easily could have pushed him close to 200 yards. There were blown coverages, missed assignments, and one-on-one losses all over the field. If the Cowboys had executed better, the Eagles could easily be sitting at 0-1. That's not an exaggeration. That's the margin in the NFL today. One or two elite plays, or one or two elite players, can swing an entire game. And when you look ahead at the schedule, it's not just one or two games that are concerning. It's a gauntlet. The Chiefs might not have a loaded wide receiver group, but Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. Matthew Stafford is still slinging it, and Puka Nacua is becoming a real problem. Devontae Adams, Mike Evans, Malik Nabers, Justin Jefferson, DJ Moore, George Pickens, Amon-Ra, St. Brown. These are not just average guys. These are matchup nightmares. You can't go through a stretch like that with question marks at corner. Let's be clear, Denzel Ward is not the type of player who's usually available mid-season. You don't find top 3 corners on the trade block very often. But what makes this situation different is Cleveland's cap flexibility and long-term outlook. The Deshaun Watson contract put them in a bind. They're juggling expensive veterans and a crop of young, cheap talent. They have over 24 players hitting free agency in the next 2 years. And by restructuring Ward's contract, they've created a little room, but also made him easier to trade. Whether that was by design or coincidence is still up for debate. But the reality is, if Cleveland decides to sell, Ward is one of their most valuable assets. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The Eagles' locker room is reportedly in total disarray following an explosive confrontation between quarterback Jalen Hurts and running back Saquon Barkley, sources say. According to insiders, the two star players clashed during what was supposed to be a routine team meeting, sparking a firestorm that has left the team scrambling for damage control. While details remain murky, eyewitnesses suggest that tempers flared over a series of disagreements on and off the field. The argument reportedly escalated to shouting, with teammates and coaches struggling to separate the two before it spiraled further. It was intense, like nothing we've ever seen in here, a source told this reporter. The incident has already prompted the Eagles' front office to take unprecedented action. Both Hurts and Barkley have been temporarily removed from the roster while the team investigates. This shocking move comes at a precarious time for the franchise. The Eagles have been navigating a season full of highs and lows, and internal conflicts of this magnitude could derail their playoff ambitions. Fans and analysts alike are questioning the team's ability to maintain cohesion. Social media is abuzz with speculation, and former players have weighed in, noting that locker room chemistry is often just as critical as talent on the field. Some insiders hint that the confrontation may have been brewing for weeks, fueled by differing visions of leadership and strategy. Hurts, known for his fiery competitiveness, and Barkley, a vocal presence in the locker room, are both key figures in Philadelphia's offensive scheme. Observers are wondering if this clash is symptomatic of a deeper rift within the team or a one-time flare-up. The Eagles organization has so far declined to comment on the specifics, releasing only a brief statement. We are aware of the situation and are addressing it internally. The focus remains on team unity and performance. Meanwhile, players have reportedly been shaken by the incident, with team meetings and practice sessions reportedly tense as coaches work to restore calm. Rumors are already circulating about potential trades or even long-term suspensions, though nothing has been confirmed. Analysts suggest that how the Eagles handle this situation could define the rest of the season, and perhaps even the future of two of the league's most talented athletes. Fans are left to wonder, will Philadelphia overcome this internal storm, or has the locker room clash signaled the start of a deeper crisis? For now, the Eagles remain in limbo, with Hurts and Barkley sidelined and the team's chemistry hanging by a thread. One thing is certain. In a city passionate about football, the drama isn't over yet. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.